Since lockdown began, we've had to make a lot more work, such as Jitterbug TV, using our smartphones for filming. We're by no means experts, but we have learned a thing or two along the way. So here's some tips and tricks that might be useful to anyone doing the same. The first one is always film in landscape, not portrait. Landscape, not portrait. Take it away, Philippa.
Lighting. Possibly the most important factor when it comes to filming. Always make sure the subject is properly lit. This can be natural light or artificial light. You want to minimise shade on your face or the subject. This could mean using your ingenuity to do the best with whatever you have lying around your house. When in doubt, filming near a window in a brightly daylit room will work beautifully. Overhead lighting or being lit from below will always create unflattering shadows, something to keep in mind if you're filming people. Always ensure that your subject is not backlit. You want to light your subject or yourself from the front. If filming outside, these same guidelines apply with the sun. Don't film directly into the sun unless you want to create some lovely artistic lens flares. Likewise, don't have the sun shining directly into your subject's face, as this will dazzle them. Try to find a happy medium. Use the daylight to add colour and verve, shadow and character to every shot. Although a bright sunny day looks beautiful, it can be much easier and more forgiving to film on a cloudy day. Background. Choose your background carefully. A clean, tidy background always ensures that the audience is not distracted by what is going on around you. Focus. Decide what should be the main focus of the shot prior to filming. Most smartphones and cameras now have an automated focus feature. Usually you can just tap your screen to adjust the focal point, making it easy to ensure your subject is always in focus. Framing the shot. It is always useful to play around with how you frame your shot. In most cases, having your subject placed in the middle of the shot will be the most attractive. However, you may choose to use either side of the shot, and that is perfectly fine too. The rule of thirds is a handy tool if you're unsure. Your subject will often be the most important part of the shot and should be positioned as such, but you can of course experiment and explore other ideas. Always ensure that your subject is entirely within the frame. For example, you don't want to cut the top off someone's face, and likewise you don't want to cut the bottom off either, unless of course you're feeling particularly experimental. Position yourself or your subject evenly within the frame and you should be fine. If filming by hand, make sure that you're holding the camera straight and that it is not shaky. It can be tricky to do this outdoors and especially in inclement weather. Likewise, if the camera is on a stand, make sure it is on a flat surface. You might find that you need to build a temporary table from things lying around the house, such as books or suitcases, to place your smartphone on to get the framing just right. Use anything that works for you. Remember, it doesn't matter what state the room is behind or beneath the camera, as long as the shot looks great and your subject is nicely framed. Sound. Filming in a quiet spot is usually best. Try not to film when the neighbours are in the middle of renovations. Most smartphones and cameras have great built-in microphones, so are great for picking up your voice. Play around with the distance that works best to pick up your voice clearly. You can also buy great and inexpensive external microphones that plug directly into your device and can be clipped onto your clothes and positioned nearby. Soundtrack. A musical soundtrack will always help push the dynamic of your film. Music is always your best friend for helping to tell the emotions and intricacies of your story, so search for those perfect tunes or make your own. Test your shot. When you think you have a good grasp of these guidelines, do some test shots. Film little snippets and watch them back to ensure you're happy with everything. Editing. At the moment, we've been using iMovie on an iPad for editing. It's really user-friendly and you can get some great results that will transfer easily and efficiently onto platforms such as YouTube or Facebook. Upload or send your files at a high resolution to ensure a good quality final product. Above all, make sure you have lots of fun and use your imagination. We can't wait to see all of your creations.
it.